Hey, thanks for understanding. Well, I appreciate it.
No problem.
Hey, Brian, where are you taking him?
Rowan was brought in for questioning about the convenience store robbery, but we reviewed the evidence. He's innocent and free to go.
Already? How long was he here?
About 3 hours, long enough to verify his alibi and review all available evidence.
Are you sure about that? Did you thoroughly check everything?
Of course we did. I always follow proper procedure.
But did you really dig deep? Sometimes these cases require more intensive investigation.
I have the security footage right here. Take a look.
Let me see that again.
As you can see, the quality is poor, but our witness statements don't match Rowan's description either, so.
I can see some similarities here. The height looks about right, and the build.
Officer, I've already been cleared. The investigation found no evidence connecting me to any crime.
That's right. Rowan's alibi checked out completely.
I was at work during the entire window of the robbery.
I'll decide when you can leave. Keep quiet while we talk.
Excuse me? I have rights here.
Sophie, Rowan has been cooperative throughout the entire process.
Cooperation does not prove innocence. I've seen plenty of guilty people act cooperative. I'm gonna ask him a few more questions. This is all an active investigation.
Sophie, we've already been through this. The case is closed.
Cases can be reopened if new concerns arise.
What new concerns? We have no additional evidence.
I have authority as an investigative officer. I want to double check a few things.
I've already answered all of these questions multiple times.
Then answering them again shouldn't be a problem.
Fine, but make it quick. We don't have grounds to hold him.
I'll be the judge of how long it takes. Come with me, I have a few questions.
This is harassment. This is not an investigation.
Let me worry about what it is. Come on, let's go. Walk up front, 5 feet in front. Let's go, come on. Go left. All right, let's go through your whereabouts again during the time of the robbery.
I already provided the information to Officer Brian. I was at work, then I went home.
Humor me, I want to hear it again.
Why? Nothing's changed since I gave my statement.
Details sometimes change when people repeat their stories.
I was at work at my accounting firm downtown. I left at 6, stopped for groceries, then went home to my apartment.
What grocery store?
Safeway on 5th Street.
Did you keep the receipt?
Yes, I showed it to Officer Brian, and it's time-stamped.
Receipts can be manipulated. This footage shows someone about your height and build. How do you explain that?
That footage is too blurry to identify anyone specifically. You can't make a positive identification from that.
I can see enough similarities to have reasonable suspicion.
Reasonable suspicion requires more than physical similarities.
Been doing this job for about 5 years. I know what reasonable suspicion looks like.
Officer, your questioning seems to be based on my appearance rather than any actual evidence.
I treat all suspects equally. This has nothing to do with race.
Then why are you ignoring my verified alibi and physical evidence?
I'm not ignoring anything. I'm being thorough. Don't try to make this about something that it's not. I'm doing my job.
Look, your job is to follow the evidence, not make assumptions based on racial profiling.
I don't profile anyone. I investigate crimes.
Investigating requires evidence. What evidence do you have against me?
People like you are always trying to play the race card when you get caught.
People like me? What exactly do you mean by that?
People who think they're above the law.
I never said I was above the law. I said I'm innocent. Officer, your behavior violates both my civil rights and my professional standards.
Save the lecture. I know how to do my job.
Do you? Because this doesn't feel like professional police work.
You don't get to tell me how to do my job. Wait here. I need to discuss with my colleague.
How much longer are you planning on keeping me here without charges?
As long as it takes to get the truth. Brian, I think we should hold him longer. Something doesn't feel right about this guy.
Sophie, we have no legal grounds to hold him, okay? Continued detention would violate his civil rights.
But what if our investigation missed something?
We conducted a thorough investigation. His alibi is solid.
You know how people like him can be. They're smooth talkers, but that doesn't mean they're innocent.
People like him? Sophie, what are you talking about?
I'm talking about criminals. They're often very convincing.
Rowan isn't a criminal. He's an innocent man who got caught up in our investigation.
I'm saying we should trust our instincts here. That footage shows someone who could be him.
Could be isn't good enough for an arrest or a continued detention.
Since when do we need absolute certainty to investigate?
The footage is too blurry for positive ID. Our investigation found no credible evidence.
But what if we're wrong? What if he's dangerous?
What if we're wrong about an innocent person? We can't detain people based on hypotheticals.
I just think we're being too hasty.
We follow evidence, not hunches, okay? That's how police work is supposed to function.
Sometimes police work requires intuition.
Intuition backed by evidence, not intuition instead of evidence. We need to release him now, Sophie. This has gone on for too long.
The man is getting phone calls. That could be suspicious.
People get phone calls, okay? It's normal.
Just give me 5 more minutes with him.
5 minutes, then he walks.
Yes, I'm still at the station. No, I haven't been charged with anything. Yeah, I should be released soon. At least I hope so.
Who was that on the phone? Someone giving you your story?
That was my sister checking in on me. Is that a crime now?
Depends on what you're discussing.
We were discussing the fact that I've been held here for hours without charges.
I know you're hiding something. Innocent people don't act like you're acting.
And how exactly am I acting?
Being too calm, too prepared with your answers.
Should I be panicking? Would that prove my innocence? You know, officer, your behavior is clearly motivated by racial prejudice. This is not a legitimate investigation.
That's a serious accusation.
It's a serious situation. You're violating my civil rights.
I'm conducting a criminal investigation.
You're conducting a harassment disguised as an investigation.
I just received new footage from a different camera with much better resolution.
What kind of footage?
Right there. The store across the street had a security camera pointing towards the robbery scene, and as you can see, this person bears no resemblance to Rowan whatsoever.
The suspect is clearly shorter and heavier and has a completely different facial features on him.
Well, this changes things.
This completely vindicates me and exposes your baseless nature of this harassment.
The footage shows the actual perpetrator committing the crime while Rowan was at work.
I couldn't have known better about the footage. I was just doing due diligence.
Due diligence? You treated me like a criminal based solely on my race.
That is not true. I was following standard investigative procedures.
Standard procedure does not include ignoring evidence and harassing innocent people. The quality of this footage doesn't excuse discriminatory treatment and racial profiling. You ignored my alibi, dismissed physical evidence, and continue to question me even after I was cleared.
He's right. Your behavior was inappropriate, regardless of the evidence available.
I was being cautious. That's good police work.
No, Sophie. Good police work follows evidence, not prejudice.
This is ridiculous. I was just doing my job.
That wasn't doing your job. This was abuse of power. And actually, Sophie, I've been discussing the situation with the chief. Your conduct today violated department policy and civil rights law.
What are you talking about?
I documented everything that happened here today.
You were documenting our investigation?
I was documenting your misconduct. You're being terminated immediately for racist conduct and violation of proper procedure.
What? You can't be serious.
The chief has reviewed the situation and agreed your behavior was unacceptable.
This is insane. I have done nothing wrong. This is all politics, and political correctness has gone crazy.
This isn't politics. This is accountability.
I won't stand for this. I will fight this decision.
That's your right, but the evidence against you is clear.
Evidence? What evidence?
Your treatment of him, you ignored evidence, and your inappropriate comments.
This isn't over.
Yes, it is. Rowan, I sincerely apologize for the treatment you received today. I should have intervened sooner. Your experience here was completely unacceptable.
I appreciate your apology, Brian. The responsibility lies with Sophie, not you.
I still should have stopped it earlier.
You did the right thing when it matters most. All I hear about is if Sophie learns from this experience.
Well, whether she does or not, she won't have the opportunity to harm anyone else in uniform.
And that's what matters most.